Before you came round, I was heading for a small disaster. Before you came round, I was ready to blow me down.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So today, as you can see, I'm going to be recreating my other eye. So I have created like a grungy sort of smoky green cut crease look. So that is what I'm going to be recreating on my other eye today. I'm just priming my eyelids now with Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and I'll put that in place with Rimmel Stay Matte. Today I was feeling kind of like adventurous and creative. I wanted to use the palette, Fortune Favours the Brave palette, which I'm just using there, and I wanted to concentrate on using the shades I hadn't used before. So those ones were basically all the greens, because I never go for green. So yeah, I just felt like a little bit adventurous and creative, so I thought I'd do something different. As you can see here, this is the palette I'm using. It is the Makeup Revolution Fortune Favours the Brave palette. As you can see, it's well worn. I've used this a lot. I'm just using the shade Latte now in my crease with this blending brush. This is a Real Techniques brush. Just placing this colour right in my crease because it's going to be like the only warm-ish shade that we use. I just felt like I needed something before I started putting down all the harsh greens. So this colour's kind of like a light brown, basically a nudie kind of colour. So that's why I like to use it as my transition, just to start everything off. Now I'm going to be taking this olivey colour called Tip Top. I'm just going to place that on my outer V and run it in through my crease just below that brown, or the latte colour. Just using a flat brush for this so that I can just get it straight into the crease and exactly where I want it to be. I do go back with my previous Real Techniques blending brush just to make sure the colours are blended together. And now on a smaller pencil brush, I'm taking the colour Smoothie, which is a nice rich dark green. So I'm just going to place that in my outer V with this brush, and I'm also going to work it into the crease so that when we cut the crease in a minute, it's a nice defined line between like where I put the cut, like where I make the cut with the concealer and the eyeshadow. I like that to be quite dramatic, especially in a dramatic look. So as I said, I just go back with my previous blending brush and also the shade Latte, just to make sure everything's blended together. As I do in all of my videos, I go back and forth quite a lot between the brushes that I use and the shades that I used, just so that I can make sure everything's blended. I also check a lot to make sure that both sides are the same, both sides are blended as much, and everything's perfect. So now moving on to cut the crease, I'm going to use Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, as always. I'm just going to place some of that on the back of my hand and use a small pointed brush. And this is an Eco Tools brush. I really like these brushes. They're so nice, so nice and soft to use. But yeah, I'm just going to use this little brush to cut my crease. As you can see, that was so easy. Like this brush especially makes it so easy to cut the crease. But yeah, I'm making sure that I've got that harsh like green at the top, just above the concealer, as you can see, just to make sure that the cut's quite dramatic. But now I'm going to place the colour Green Machine, a nice shimmery colour. You'll see in a second, it's really pigmented. I'm placing that on top of the wet concealer just to make it a little bit more dramatic as well. You can't really tell how dramatic it is, but I think in real life it's so much more pigmented. It is a really pigmented colour, it's really nice. It's like a foresty, shimmery green, it's lovely.
I felt like I could drain the ocean. Before I was found, I didn't want to breathe out. And my soul beats a sound loud enough to quiet the thunder.
Once I've finished placing this shimmer on, I just go in and I will use the shade Ice Cloud. It's a really nice white shimmery colour, and I'm just brushing, trying to get the green off my brush and using the same brush to apply a little bit of this white shimmer on top just to make it a little bit more shimmery. Just place that lightly on top, not heavily or very dramatically. I just wanted to make the green a little bit more shimmery. So once I've done that, I'm just going back in with Tip Top, the nice olive matte colour, and I'm using the same brush as earlier just to place it after the crease before the dark colours in my outer V, so that I can kind of make that transition from the shimmer down into the darker colours. Next, I'm taking my Marcel waterproof eyeliner in the shade Espresso to run it across the top waterline, and I also just put a thin line across top of my lash line so that I can try and blend the lashes in with my normal lashes. And once I've done that, I'm going in with No. 7 Lash Impact Mascara. Just putting a light coat of this on my top lashes because I will be applying false lashes. And onto lashes, I'm just applying my new favourite lashes at the moment. As I said in my last video, I don't know the brand or even the style of these, like how much of a worse YouTuber could I get, but I found these lashes in TK Maxx and I literally love them. They're so fluttery and like wispy. Oh, they're just so nice, but annoyingly they didn't come with a brand or a box name or literally anything. So I'm kind of just making do with them until I can buy similar ones, or even in case I can find out what the actual brand and style are. But for now, this is the lashes, and these are the finished, well, half finished eyes before we do the lower lash line. But first I'm going to finish my eyebrow. So I'm using the Freedom Brow Pomade in Soft Brown, just using this angled brush. I think it's literally one I just got from like the pound shop, but I am really looking for a nice high quality eyebrow brush, so if you could let me know, that would be perfect. I have skipped through this quite quickly because I do have an eyebrow tutorial, so I will link that below for you if you would like to find out how I do my brows in detail. So now onto face. I'm going to first put on this Primark facial oil, just find out what it's got in it. So it has almond, rosehip, apricot oil and marine extract in it. I really like this at the moment. Just makes my skin feel so nice and kind of like dewy underneath my foundation. It just, I don't know. I mean, I know the hype about oils is all over Instagram, so maybe that's why I like it, but I do really like this one. Just placing that everywhere, patting it into my skin, and then I'm going to prime using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. Just going to put that on the back of my hand and use a stipple brush, just apply it all over my face. I concentrate this most in my T-zone because that's where I have like my pores around my nose, so they're the ones I want to fill primarily. Now it's time for foundation. I've recently just got this and I'm literally loving it. It's the Maybelline Fit Me, matte and poreless one it is. Normal dry, and this is the shade 120. Admittedly, it is a bit dark and I haven't got all of my tan on at the moment because I've just scrubbed it off. So it doesn't match me 100%, but we'll make it work. So I have been using this recently for the past week or so, and I do really like it. It's really lightweight and kind of, it just looks like your skin. It's not full coverage. I'd definitely say medium, if that, but I really like it. It's supposed to be mattifying and it refines your pores, which I do think it does actually, but I think it also looks a bit dewy on top of the oil and the primer I use. So, I mean, I don't mind a dewy finish. I literally love a dewy finish anyway. So I'm debating whether or not to do a foundation like review on that, so if you'd like to see that, just let me know below. But now I'm moving on to concealer. So I first like to use this Benefit Boing concealer, the darker one in my little mini, just to cover up my bag. So I just place that underneath my eyes, where kind of to colour correct, like where my darkness are underneath my eyes. So I just put that there, and then I also will go over the top in a second with Collection Lasting Perfection just to highlight.
Before you came round, I was ready to slow down. Before you came round, I was heading for a small disaster. Before you came round, I was ready to blow me down.
So as always, once I've blended all the concealer and everything's blended together, I'm going to set my face in place using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. Just going to dust this and kind of lightly bake underneath my eyes and then just dust it over the rest of my face.
I felt like I could drain the ocean before I was found. I didn't want to breathe out. And my soul needs a sound loud enough to quiet the thunder. The love with no doubt. And now I'm never gonna slow down. Never gonna slow down.
Once I've set my face, I'm going to move on to bronzer. So I'm going to use my favourite bronzer, which is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. So I'm just going to take this on this big fluffy brush and pop it in the perimeters of my face. This stuff is so pigmented. I'm always so shocked, and I probably always use too much because I just forget how pigmented it is. But yeah, I think it's such a good product as well to contour with. Like, you can really carve out your cheekbones with this. But I mainly use it to warm it up. But I mean, it does a perfect job, literally. It's just such a perfect colour. Now, once I've cleaned up the contour underneath with some powder, I'm going to move on to my favourite part, which is using my Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in Solstice. This is literally my life. I love it. As you can see, I've hit pan on that really light shade because I use way too much of it, or just a lot of it, whatever you want to say. But I'm just going to use a little fan brush and dust that everywhere, literally bathe in it. So I'm hoping you can see how bright that is. If you haven't tried this palette, why? Why haven't you tried it yet? Because it's so good, and it's drugstore, so it is affordable. Like, just look at that glow. Like, just look at it. I literally love it. Every time I apply this, I do that face, literally. So I'm just going to place this everywhere and bathe in it on my nose. Nice little, cute little exclamation point there on my nose, and basically just bathe in this stuff.
Disaster. Before you came round, I was ready to blow me down.
So once we're satisfied with the amount of highlight that we have just bathed in, I'm just going to finish off the bottom lash line. So I'm going to take the initial colour Latte, I think it was, and literally just run this along my bottom lash line, just smoke it out. It is a rather smoky look, so, and I like a smoky bottom lash line, so if you don't, then don't put as much down there, but I really like it. So I'm just going to smoke this out, and especially join up the wing that we've created on the top, and create it, attach it to the bottom lash line so everything kind of connects and goes together. So once we've smoked that out, going back to the matte olive shade called Tip Top, I'm going to take it on the same brush as we used earlier, also run that along the bottom lash line, basically in the same place that we put the brown. A little bit higher, I'd say. I'd say the brown is the lowest, most smoky colour, and then we work up to the lash line. I'm going to put this on the lash line now and smoke this out, joining it to the wing. And then finally taking the darkest shade, what was that called? Smoothie, and using the same brush I'm going to be more precise with this, so I'm going to place it on the outer corner really close to my lash line, just to create that smokiness on the outer, so we're not bringing it in too far, because if you bring it in too far, I think it just makes your eyes look small. It does me anyway. So I just concentrate this darkest shade on the outer corner to connect it with the outer darkness that we have on the top. And then that is our eyes complete. I'm just taking a little flat brush and some more of that Solstice highlighter, the lightest one, and putting that in my inner corner just to make that pop. And I'm also going to put this on my brow bone as well. So I thought that I should make the face a little bit more kind of dark and sultry to match the smoky eyes that we've got going on. So I'm just using a Sleek Makeup contour kit, and this stuff is crazy pigmented as well. Like, that is all you need. Just tap it in and you're good to go. So I'm using the same big fluffy brush as earlier, just because I've got some bronzer left on it and everything will help it blend. So I'm just placing that at the back of my cheekbones, really close to my hairline, so I'm not dragging it too far forward, just to really sculpt out the face and make it a little bit more dramatic, because the eyes are so dramatic. But as I said, you literally need a little bit of this stuff. It's literally, it could last forever because it's so pigmented. Again, going back in with Rimmel Stay Matte to carve it out a little bit more, make sure it's all tidy. So once we've stopped looking at ourselves and made sure that everything is perfect, it's now on to lips. So as you've seen me use loads and way too much, you need to get a new one. It is the Makeup Gallery Lip Lacquer in a nude. I'm not sure what the exact shade is. I'll check. Oh, it doesn't have a shade, probably because it's just a powder lipstick, but yeah. So I'm just going to be applying that all over my lips, and I'm also going to mix it in with a little bit of Rimmel, one of the Rimmel Kate Moss lipsticks in 03, I believe. Yeah, it's a really nice dark kind of pinky nude. So I'm just going to blend that in the middle of my lips. I feel like it just intensifies the nude and makes it more pigmented and a little bit, it kind of looks a little bit glossy, which I like. And yeah, this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below, if you liked this kind of smoky green eyeshadow look. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would mean so much to me. So I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.